This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done. Of course, go to the Weird Renegade website. And again, you already know Wayward is about that revenge, redemption, responsibility, that spellwork, that occultism, because we already know artist occultism. Occultism is a motherfucking art. And of course, lessons are already rolling. However, they're going to end. Of course, it's getting closer to the end of this month. um Energies about altars. However, if you're interested, of course, of one-on-one lessons that I do with people, meaning that's separate from the monthly lessons, but of course it's connected it with work. And understand, I don't fuck with everybody. It's for a fucking reason, okay? But I'm going to get to something because again, people been sending me so much shit, and I'm like, okay, I want to wait here. I want, so you know, as I've been coming a little bit more frequent, a little bit more frequently, because on a simple fact that I just get so much shit. So I just want to get it tied in. Okay. But again, I have this partition behind me, and y'all can get this at on Wayfair. So you would know, just in case you want it for your goddamn self, and you could flip your shit, whatever you do, if you guys are some car thumping hoes, okay? But I just want to point out some more shit because Spirit wants me to give you some visuals because some of you niggas out there are fire and air, and you got to see it to understand it. So we can still understand that that tower, that crumbling tower, is happening across the board, not only with that crazy ass P. Diddy, but across the board as we talk about the bridge and the crumbling of America and its politics on for real. And that's what April 8th is really about, the new regulations, the new form of the United States, the crumbling of America. But don't let America be you and you fucking crumble. Understand that goddamn much. But you better understand some other shit and focus on that tower card, because you're going to again need to focus on this moon right here. This moon energy. I don't know if you can see it, but you know what I'm talking about, the moon with the dogs. Focus on that card, set that card out. But it's very interesting, but you guys are also being misled. See, you guys sit up and you look at this lover's card. Oh, I'm going to fall in love. But this is a whole illusion, bitch. And it's illusion because on social media they have you taking accountability. We're going to fight for the rights. I don't like what you're saying. I'm going to censor the fuck out of you. Don't say this, don't say that, don't say retard, don't you sound ignorant, you sound like this, you sound like that, you're up there disrespecting, and we're changing the world because you people didn't do this, you our rights. This is humanity. We're fighting for human rights. You ain't fighting for a fucking thing. It's all an illusion. Because the bottom line is this energy has taught you to have a mental disorder. It's showing you the people above is fooling your fucking ass and putting all this goddamn shit out here for you to be separate. The mandating and all the whoop wop shit has caused this. Don't you notice that they're separating? And everything is coming from a higher energy, and it is a feminine energy behind it, because feminine deals with humanity and mental state and emotions and feelings. Okay? And feminine energy controls masculine energy when it comes up to when it comes up to psychological psychosis and stuff and all that type of frequency. It can create an illusion. Okay, so you're being deceived from the Most High, and the Most High is the woman, which is a feminine factor. That's why you have men running around here pretending to be women. Okay, but in reality, men do have the frequencies of male and female. Okay, so look at what that shit is. You're being deceived. See, you don't know how to read that because it's above your pay grade. Because you guys are simple out there when you doing your fucking readings. Okay, that's what's up. Because all you guys out here visual. That's why you guys be out here throwing these tarots on motherfuckers thinking you getting a good reading. You ain't getting shit. Because in reality, you need to be playing the fool's card. You need to be the fool. Shut the fuck up and just be a damn fool. The fool wins. Anyways, we talk about being a damn fool. Apparently, I'm ignorant and I'm uneducated. That's what the person said in the comments. They felt the ways, so they want to use abuse of power on me. That's psychosis. Somebody in my comments also said that they would like me to get into talking about job psychological warfare. I'd be happy to talk about that because I sued just about all my fucking jobs. The last one, they threw our case out because that was some political shit going on right there. And as it rolled out, it made a lot of sense. But then there was some other shit going on. And the last one was the city and county. Sometimes I get shenanigan motherfuckers who try to send me newsletters, or because what happened was up in the fucking newspaper, whatever that fucking means. But just to say all that, I'll be happy to talk about the psychological warfare. I'll be happy to talk about the managers, supervisors, and so on who be crazy as fuck bringing in their personal shit and setting up having a whole gang and gang banging your ass. I'll be happy to talk about how the higher ups don't know you, don't know about you, but the lower level motherfuckers be up there telling, talking about you to them, and the next thing you know, you're being fucked with. I'll be happy to talk about motherfuckers who sit up and say, well, I don't like her, but I like her. Don't talk to her. Don't talk to him. Okay? I'll be happy to talk about them motherfuckers when you up there bringing something new and you trying your fucking best and they sitting up there fucking with you like a motherfucker, then get in their fucking closed offices and talk about, did you see how she created that database? Yeah. What do you think about that? I think that's a great job. I never heard about that. Then come out that office. Come in here. You're terminated. I'll be happy to talk about how you sit up and you train motherfuckers for your goddamn job. I'll be happy to talk about when you do your job properly and you're asking for more motherfucking pay, and they, instead of them recognizing who you are, they'll sit up and start to chip away at your job and make it really minimal. I'll be happy to do that. I had to go see a psychologist. I used to see Dr. Hare because I was so damn fucking angry that he told me, it's time for you to own your own business. You don't go on these jobs to continuously work. You're supposed to go on these jobs and see how you can own your own business. He was telling me my best bet, keep it real, is to, he said it, so don't, I'm just talking what, because I like to drink. He told me to stop that drinking. He said, if I do drink, I need to drink red wine because that's better. He said, for the mental. He said, I'd be better to smoke some weed. I said, I'm not recommending it. I'm just telling you what he told me as a psychologist. Okay? Because he said he was concerned that I was going to fight people because he was kind of, saying that happens. So I'll be happy. I'm not in this energy, but I'll be happy to talk about the mental state and how it affects you, how you can go crazy, how you I mean, it is crazy how people can stay on jobs for years and years and years. That's why a lot of black people are flipping the fuck out. A lot of them had city jobs and shit, working that shit for almost 20, 50, 60, 70, 80 years and shit. I used to talk about this lady. She was fucking working at the city and county from when Harvey Milk was fucking assassinated. Is it Harvey Milk? Harvey Milk was fucking assassinated and shit. She was there. And I'm like, God damn, you've been working at the city and county for this long. I had a cousin working for fucking hospital from when she was a teen all the way, almost until she died. What the fuck? And she died of cancer. These fucking jobs can cause you to have cancer. It can cause you to have a mental breakdown. It can cause you to become sick because they use psychological warfare. They'll say you're insubordinate. You are below. This is what you are. You're under my feet. Do you know how I was fucking embarrassed and hurt when I found out when they did the discovery of the lawsuit that I was in, and they pulled my manager's fucking emails, and my brother had fucking died, and this motherfucker sent an email to the HR people laughing, talking about her brother died. LOL. The fuck? I was in fucking tears. My boss and the director or the chair, whatever, fucking Matthew Thomas and Dana motherfucking Cato. I'm still, in the name of Jesus, help me calm my ass down, because y'all, I'm trying. How they try to set me the fuck up, ask me to do a presentation. So I did my presentation and shit. And I was like getting help with this and that. And I was, in front of people and stuff like that. They were in the back like fucking junior high 7th graders giggling and like hee hee ha. And I'm like feeling self-conscious. They say you fucking up on a job. Yeah, you fucking up on a job due to mental health, mental stress. And then your coworkers ain't shit. They be up there chopping you up and then sitting up there with don't deal with her. That's what I'm gonna keep real. That's why I said that's what they did with me and Sandy. They told me not to talk to her. Let's keep it real. Not mention names. I'm just talking about what it is. And then sometimes they'll hire moles to watch you. So the mole can report back to them. Oh yeah, I'll be happy to talk about the psychological warfare of these fucking jobs. Okay? I just wanted to say all that. And then as I'm talking about social media is a form of mental illness and psychological warfare. In addition to, we already know, it's cyber magic. For people to look at you on social media and believe that they have the power to knock you out, that is a psychosis. That is a psychosis, not only with the viewer, but with the people who even own these entities. Because they don't want something to get across. So they rather have people have a mental disorder. They don't want you to think. They want to tell you you're crazy. They want to tell you be accountable. They want to tell you because, again, like I talk about, you have an attitude problem, you have autism, you're autistic. They want to bring in all of this mental disorder. I said mental disorder, which is chaotic magic. These people are doing chaotic magic. And you people will sit out there talking about, oh, they don't know what she don't know. Fuck you. It is chaotic magic that is happening in social media. I was looking at some shit on Catfish with this Sasha and Essence. And this Sasha chick called herself in love with Essence that she then fell in love with on fucking Instagram. You don't know that bitch. And then when it all came together, I said, this looked like some ranch shit. You got Essence wearing white with blue hair. You got this chick, Sasha, with Melatigo, whatever they call that shit. Talk about she in love with her and all that bullshit. And that's why Catfish say that they're looking for casting, because they're out here casting spells. They're casting spell work. They throwing out shit. That's why you hear dumbass shit shit of people talking about demons. If you would know a demon is thrown at you because of an orb or you see a shadow. No, how about people come as demons? They don't have to come in no fucking orb here and giving it a day. Talking about if it isn't if the demon doesn't do what it do in a year, then it leaves. Nah, how about that motherfucker never leaves? How about that motherfucker sleep with you every fucking day? Okay? How about your husband and wife are fucking demons and they don't leave for 30 years? How about you have babies by that fucking demon? Okay? You get all of this nonsense, this cyber social media bullshit out here talking all this weird shit. And they'll have no spirit, no energy, no soul. Then what tops it off is that if you do get on the internet and you entertain and you do whatever, or you talking about shit, they want to sit up and censor and monitor everything you say. Then after that, you get these mental cases that get at you on some shit because they have a mental disorder and they want to keep you in a mental disorder. Then it's the difference between fame and being a star. We have all these people who are internet stars. But if they were not on the internet, then they would not be internet stars, meaning they are famous. They're not stars. Okay? So let's keep it real, keep it right. If back in the day there was no social media and we had a Cardi B, do you understand Cardi B wouldn't even be in existence? Sexy Red would not be in existence. None of these people would not exist. That is why I get people sometimes who hit me up talking about, like, if I talk about gay people or trans people, do you understand that we're the ones who basically watch you and you can fuck you. Because you don't make or break people, just like nobody should make or break you. Okay? This platform that we call social media is like a marketing concept. This is why I said it should have maritime laws like the water, because it is air. It is in the air. Where you're looking at me right now, wherever you're at, it's due to air magic, which connects back into water, which connects back into earth. It starts with water, air, then earth. But air has different maritime laws, and they keep giving air, social media, earth laws, which you get earthbound people who always want to talk shit, fuck with you, or abuse of power, putting rumors out. Somebody, a spiritual constituent was just telling me how we don't have any more news. I said, absolutely not. It is all on blogs or some kind of, social media shit or some kind of podcast. And then you have the news entities who want to get rid of that shit, saying it's fake news. They're spewing out false information, and so do you. Everybody lying. This new energy is only here to sabotage and kill and steal and murder. It creates story tales for people to believe it. And people believe it. People don't even have enough sense to analyze it. I miss the days of you just take a picture of a motherfucker. What it is, what it is, what it ain't. But you have social media that creates narratives that are fake as fuck. It is so much mental illness. This is why I'm talking about the darker side of psychology, and I don't give a fuck who like it, who don't like it. I researched this shit. I peeped this shit. And I'm not going to even sit up here and bullshit. I keep saying I have doctors in my family. I remember when them motherfuckers, YouTube motherfuckers, contacted my motherfucking family. And of course, they hoity-toity. They gonna say, That in so many words, they told them, I guess I'm crazy and have a mental illness. And that I basically come from a certain type of family. Yes, I fucking do. That's the whole point of psychology, to always show when a person is crazy. Well, as they said, game recognized game. So are you guys nuts too? If I'm crazy, you crazy. That's the way it is. We don't call tit for tat. You kill my cat, I kill your dog. They want to kill your cat, kill your kids, kill your hamster, and you don't say shit. That's psychological warfare right there. I had somebody tell me yesterday they were looking me up and looking for Blog Talk on the internet. And again, they bumped into them damn reviews of when we were Witch Patrol. And at the time it was me and Sandy. This was 2018. And it was a whole group of motherfuckers who was put up to write bad reviews on every platform that would accept it. And I've talked about this. So she brought it up to me because she read something where they had talked about Sandy. And I'm not going to go through that for you new people who talked about Sandy, I guess, doing some kind of reading. I don't know. And I had to tell her, that's not real. And she seemed a little shocked about it. I said, Sandy has never done any readings. That was a whole setup, a whole game to sabotage, to fuck over, to defame. All the above. And that right there was the intent. And who wants to believe it will believe it. Who don't want to, cool. Who's like, I'm not fucking with her. Look at all this. That's okay. Y'all lost my game. Plain and simple. But the bottom line is that when that was brought to my attention, I had forgot about that shit. I said, when they say shit is out there forever, but then I also notice if I pull up certain energy, a certain person has disappeared. Nothing is connected. So need be somebody will disconnect. At this point, I don't give a fuck what's there because I know that shit is on cap. But I can also understand how that can follow somebody and follow their energy. It's just like when they threw our case out and the city attorney's office wrote that shit about me saying that I was lying and they were the ones who manipulated the paperwork, wrote that shit up, had the judge sign off on it. But the judge knew it was some funny business anyway, and that's why the judge had to write, there's an argument here. But because it's city, that's why if you're going to ever sue, go to federal court. Don't never sue in the city because they're going to either throw your shit out or they're going to minimalize you or they're going to put you through bullshit. And attorneys do not like to fight the city. And sometimes they will throw you under the bus and basically don't fight federally. If you're going to ever fight, especially your job or whatever you're going to do, and there's racial discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and all of that stuff, go federal. Because when you go city or whatever, or state, or whatever they want to call it, but city, you don't know if you're gonna win or not. Because they all in cahoots. And the judges will sit up there and be in cahoots. And this is a whole scenario. Okay? And this is a process, especially when I do work for people who have court issues. There's certain things that I understand. And sometimes I have to go through my own bullshit. And trust and believe, I look at it as the spirit had to teach a hard lesson. Okay? And when we were in our case, we told our attorneys, We told their ass, shouldn't this be in federal? They said, no, 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 no. It'll take too long. It should have been in federal because I was a whistleblower, bitch. Yeah, I was a whistleblower. I was reporting all that shit they was doing. I was typing everything down. I was calling whistleblowers. It should have went to federal court. We were represented by our union, and I was reporting to the union. It should have went to federal court. They were discriminated against me because of my religion. It should have went to federal court. Period. That's why they want to redo the court system. That's why they want to take away pro se and pro per people. Because you can fight for yourself better. Once those attorneys were gone and I was able to really look at the paperwork and I didn't know all the legal eads and so on, I fought my case better. I found out that my co-workers, because they interrogated us, they interviewed the co-workers. They was saying some shit that it was like, what in the hell? How does this stand? This is hearsay. We found out our attorneys purposely. If you go on the docket, you can see where they purposely didn't respond to shit. They was missing from the court dates. When me and Sandy said fuck that shit and we went pro per and stood in front of the judge in so many words, because we had to do it by call because of the whoop wop. We found out that our attorneys were supposed to request a fucking, what they call it, mediation for fucking settlement. When we found that shit out, do you know our attorneys dropped us and then they changed the judge to this Judge Fang. And he just did over and beyond. He skipped over, this is how they fuck you over. This is what I'm talking about here. The higher power. Can you imagine this being your attorneys? But all along they're in it here. Where's it? Oh, here. But I can say my mistake was I shouldn't have been talking about this case on social media. Because then you had other motherfuckers taking our case and tapping it and putting it in somebody else's comments, and people be on your shit. I said that, okay, I got that. It was so many mistakes that I can say I did that I would never do. And I thought about that. I said, when I win my cases, I win my cases. So I knew there was like, dang, and this was pretty interesting. So I'm just saying, anytime you sue federally in federal court. But understand your rights, understand your law. And if you need to represent yourself, you might be better off. But you have to understand that legal ease, because you are held responsible and accountable for how you represent yourself. Okay? Understand what that is. Because now they have created a world with jobs where black people, it's like black people, we are just a disease, a parasite. Okay? But when I'm talking about, I'm looping back, but talking about this social media shit, this social media is a mental disorder. And people can put any fucking thing out about you and you can't do shit about it. Yeah, you can go back and say, no, that isn't true, that isn't true, that isn't true. And now they fucking around with for real technology, and most likely AI been around. I think you guys forget when Elon Musk did the likeness of people's voices. You forgot about that, didn't you, right? They have new energies out here called microdosing, and they're using liquid products. I was listening to this woman talking about, I've done breath work, I've done was it Qigong or was there Qigong? I've done meditation. None of that has worked. Now I'm into microdosing. And then this company came along. I said, they for real? They for real trying to drug people out here. Okay? Because when I'm really peeping these energies, we are fucking lost. But then it's still, let's go back in, because I'm going to be in some other stuff. I want to reloop. Sunday was Palm Sunday that just passed, and there was a lunar eclipse that may have had this energy called the devil comet. Okay? And you getting people around here calling it the devil, the blood moon. That was not the blood moon. I'm interested with the comets, okay, that was rolling around the universe at that time. Because we need to stop calling them by what it is. Do you know the moon, the sun, or whatever you want to call it? But I'm going to call it the moon and the planets for now. Because a lot of those names were demon-esque. And it was so much shit going on at this time with this lunar eclipse. And again, they were concerned that this energy was out called the devil's comet. And apparently, there's supposed to be some kind of moon thing going on. I don't know. I'm just trying to see, not moon thing, but because I'm looking for something on here. I guess I don't see it. Damn. Thought I wrote it down. They call it T something. It's a they have a number. What is it? I think I wrote it. It's called 12P Ponds Brook. That's the name of it. And it is a devil comet or green comet that may have been in the energies at the time of this lunar eclipse. It's called 12P Ponds Brook, if I'm correct. And at the time, they was calling the moon Corona. So understand, just remember the moon through all of this, right? So let's talk about social media and the games that's been fucking going on here. You guys have been so invested in P. Diddy, Sean Combs, and this situation. Let me say this. Where he lives, the Playboy Mansion is down the street. They have disrupted that whole fucking neighborhood. And whatever secrecy that they have now is out. You had a fake ass psychic going there trying to do readings. Let me say this. I know somebody who went there and they had me actually on live with them. And where they were at, and I was talking about this to a couple of my spiritual constituents. Listen, I really don't know when they did that bust, but it wasn't when they told you. That's why I said that was a straight act. And you guys want that man to go down so bad. Okay, you guys are this card. I don't know if you guys can. I don't know if you guys. You guys are this card right here. You haters. You want to steal people's shit and look back as you stealing. You're a fucking hater. That's you. You haters. Because instead of you understanding the scope of something or kind of having critical thinking, you want to believe what you want to believe because you don't like the way that person moves. The bottom line is that all them niggas are guilty. Okay? But let's look at some, because I have fucking questions for you niggas. Here's my fucking questions. Where he lived, the Playboy Club is down the street. That neighborhood is very affluent. And yes, it has this, it has that. But his energy has caused an uproar because now it is revealed what the fuck is under that street and so on, right? And it's more than that. However, what is very interesting, they showed us this big ass raid bus coming in, but when you compare what his house really looked like and what's in front of it, it's not matching. It's not. And wait a minute, hold on. Because in front of the gateway that opens, you can clearly see it's this alien looking concept, this silver thing that looked like an egg or a misshaped egg. I said the nigga's an alien. Because he was rolling around in them crystals. I said that's what he get fucking around with them crystals, trying to charge them up and shit. It and fucked them all up. And then fucked them all up, fucking around with them fucking crystals. I'm trying to tell you, black people, ever since y'all been fucking around with them crystals, y'all been fucked the hell up. Ever since. Anyway, so that house looked like a whole alien effect, especially in the front. So shit didn't match. Then it's like you guys didn't have common sense because TMZ supposedly went up there and took a film, which is a violation of his rights, because that is part of evidence. Whatever it is, whatever they took, why in the fuck would they sit up and show that on social media? And we know fucking well TMZ was not in there. And that looked like some old shit to me. That don't look current. Furthermore, that looked like, I said, and then in my head, I said, how do we know that's not how he really keep his fucking house? You see Rick Ross crazy ass. We're going to stop playing with these people. We know damn well TMZ wasn't there and they didn't get in. And that's a violation of his rights for them, say, giggles and laugh, Homeland Security really, put that shit out there like that. That's in violations of his right. It's very clear, allegedly, they were looking for something. But the way that I'm going to look at it, I don't believe that they did that bus right then and there and did all that shit. Okay? Then they all up in his family business. Talking about like they're acting like Puff Daddy is this kingpin, this drug kingpin, and then keep connected him to old school motherfuckers. Then his daddy this. Let me tell you something. Most Generation X daddies ain't shit. They on some illegal ass shit. That's real shit. And we got to stop these games. Yes, Generation X parents be into some illegal ass stuff. Okay? And I am not going to hold him because his father was illegal. So what? Generation X parents, that's what they were. Hell, my father was a pimp. He was a criminal. I was telling someone yesterday, I said my dad was state property to the day he fucking died. And even when he died, they still wouldn't release his body. I was asking the chaplain, well, could you just release him and I just take care of him? No, he's state property. And I had to take my ass up there to Vacaville prison, walk the plank, looking at the brothers to the left, to the right of me. I talked about this. The brother that was taking care of my father been in jail since the 90s. The next day my father died. Then I was like, okay, can I take his body? Oh, you got to pay for that. Well, then my aunt, his sister, was like, look, this da-da-da-da. And I was like, then they said, what we do is cremate the body, then we put it over the Golden Gate Bridge. I said, damn, a nigga died. My father. He stayed property to the day he dies. Shit, don't tell me nothing. We all have state property daddies and mamas out here. That's why I say what I'm saying. I'm not going to hold that man to that. Then you got water energy, a Cancer and a Pisces. I said, why is the Cancer and Pisces up here making fun, talking shit? Both you niggas ain't shit. You guys in it too. Now everybody want to act like, I left his parties early. I didn't. No, you didn't. Y'all just don't want to be associated with shit. Now they didn't got Prince Harry up in it. Now they didn't sat up and told on Young Miami. Well, how does Young Miami get a pass, but Cardi B, Young Miami, she doesn't get a pass. But Cardi B gets a pass from LAPD for drug trafficking shit? I hope Prince Harry, he just trying to party. You know he like them black women. He like that black life. But the real motherfuckers we should be looking at is King Charles. We should have been and looked at Queen Elizabeth. We gonna stop playing, right? Yeah. Queen Elizabeth, we should have known she was an ancient bitch. You guys so in love with Princess Diana, but she was all in Africa with the kids. She's just such a great woman, Princess Diana. You sure about that? Don't talk about the dead. She's a great woman. I'm just speaking right. She's in Africa messing around with children in the orphanages. Like Oprah, like the rest of them, like Madonna, like all of them, go over there. You have that YouTuber influencer Kai now wants to build a school in Nigeria? New people, same shit. New people, same shit. They just flex it differently. Why in the fuck? What was really going on with Kate Middleton? Let's talk real talk, right? Let's hypothetically, let's just talk. Now, they got him and Quincy tied into some little girl that we have no clue about. Now, all of a sudden, this video has uprooted that makes it look like and give an appearance that Puff Daddy is selling a little girl. I said, that looks uncomfortable. I said, something not right about this. It just uproots itself. And Quincy, and now you have Albie Shore telling Quincy, come home, you're safe here. Quincy ain't thinking about you. He's trying to be an actor. He's going to be in some kind of energy in New Orleans with David Banner and the rest of this whole staff and Thelma from Good Times. What you talking about? He ain't thinking about you. You need to be, Albie Shore need to go make sure that Christopher Williams is okay. Is this the fact that Christopher Williams was up there sucking P. Diddy's dick? And more dicks? And probably what's his name? Harrell? Are you feeling guilty because you gave your son away for your fame? I'm trying to understand some shit. Because the way that I'm looking at this is this real or is this an AI? Because you guys, believe anything, but we forget how they edit and manipulate stuff. This is why it is dangerous, and it will become and will be dangerous in the court system, because they'll say that they recorded you on the phone, or they videoed you, or they have a drone watch you, and that shit is not you. And they say that you did the shit, and they come rolling up on you, arresting you, and they say, isn't this you? Let me tell you something. I have the security shit, and I looked on it, And I swear I seen my son walk out the door. And I showed him, I said, this is you walking out the house. Where were you going? He said, Mom, that's not me. He kept saying, Mom, that's not me. He said, okay, when you get home, you show me. I said, this is you. He said, that's not me. I said, that's you. And until this day, I think it's him walking out the door. He said, no, that's the DoorDash guy. That's not you leaving out at 11:49. And he's like, Mom, that's not me. That man looks like me. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see how things are getting dangerous out here? And I'm like, he got the same head as you. That is you. He's like, Mom, that is not me. The interesting thing about it is that most likely that wasn't him, because the person did drop something off and walk away. But he looked exactly like my son, and I said, that's you. That's how we have to be so careful out in this universal soul. And then when you try to look for her, she's nowhere to be found. I said, this is an illusion. They're just building up a case. You got to show me more. You got to prove more to me. Don't start adding shit. To make him look even worse, because then we have lost what this case is about. This case is about trafficking. And then we don't know if you guys trying to get him on trafficking drugs or trafficking human beings. Then you never said that you're trying to get him on children trafficking, because remember, these are separate energies. What do we talk about? We're talking about the way that they're making it is like adult women. Then you have to go back to, again, these studios. Are these studios really under investigation? Is that why they shut the fuck down? Isn't it very interesting how they shut these studios down allegedly and lied and told you is something with connected to AI because they're restructuring? How about with Tyler Perry, with them saying Tyler Perry's studio is shut down? And then you really start to think about some of the shit that's been going on there. We might as well look into Brad Pitt and Angela Jolie. Somebody was telling me that his daughters... Bye, Antonio. Somebody was telling me that his daughters are living with Kimora Simmons, and I said, that don't make sense. Kimora Simmons was talking shit about Puff Daddy. Why would he let his daughters go over there? She got to worry about Russell Simmons. That is illogical. Because I was telling my sons, I said, I know they kicked them girls up out of school. This is bullshit. There's so much to this. That's why I said we need to, this is a distraction. We understand what it is and we understand what it ain't. And we need to stop getting involved with all of this shit. And it's like this, these newcomer kids don't get bad parents or whatever, or parents that's in the life. That was a normal thing. Who gives a fuck? But then we're getting all we're getting chaotic magic because they're pointing here, they're pointing there, they're pointing here, they're pointing there. No, which one is it? Then they created this energy right here with this little girl, and I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's AI. Then it makes you reevaluate, well, why they really closed the studios? What the fuck are the real... That's an investigation. Then you looking at Quincy standing there, you know he's trying to blink for help. I've been and said it was some funny business with that. But that means Kim Porter need her motherfucking ass kicked again in death. because you let whatever happened with your son with him allegedly. And everybody up here feeling sorry for Kim Porter, maybe death had to become her. We just talking, having conversation of revenge, redemption, and responsibility. If Albie Shore was blocked, if he was blocked from his son, or did he sell his son in agreement? Because remember, did we forget when they said Albie Shore agreed for Puff Daddy to raise that boy? Then Kim Porter is the mother. That means she didn't protect him as the mother. Are we like not peeping the story? What's going on here? And did we forget when the other son, what's her name, Misa's son, got caught on that on somebody's trans energy, was trying to pop at them? Remember when Russ, was it Russ? I don't know. Not Russell Simmons, but when I was you know what I'm talking about. Run. His son also got caught messing around with trans or popping at trans on social media. We just forget all of that shit, right? Then I started to get suspicious. Why did they arrest those boys? Even though I was seeing the symbolism of what they were doing, but I said, He dated that Harvey girl. Then that Harvey girl started dating Puff Daddy. Was this bitch a prostitute? Do you understand them sons can bring in females? I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Like, we have to think of, because like I was just talking, in Generation X, you had the DA of San Francisco, the embattled DA, what's his name? Chesa Boudin, Boudin. His families were robbers and murderers. I think his father's still in jail right now. And I think he's teaching at UC Berkeley. And then he was part of the whole energy of not charging motherfuckers of that boosting shit. You have London Breed, whose mother is a whole prostitute, or was. Not being rude, I'm just looking at it for what it is. Everybody have fucked up ass parents. Shit. You'll be really surprised, right? But we're not asking questions. We just kind of going around in circles with this. This is going to get worse and worse and worse. And that's why I don't want to hear shit anymore. I don't want to hear anymore about no pink cocaine. Because somebody else had told me about the pink cocaine a minute ago with that starch producer. Him sniffing pink cocaine. I'm like, what the fuck is that? There's so much to this. I'm going to say, stop looking at this man as the drug lord. When you got so many, he's just lower level. I don't even think he's the middleman. He's just a Scorpio scapegoat. And his own water energy is helping it. I don't know what's going on with Mace. Mace got to worry about that shit that was happening in Atlanta with him being a pastor. And his wife. We still don't know if that's fucking 50 cents or not. The last time I had looked, I seen him at the Dr. Dre Hollywood Walk of Fame, and all them niggas didn't look real. Looked like Dr. Dre had on a mask. And then Eminem, he looked odd. He looked like the fucking Unabomber. I said, what, is this fake? They all just look fake. When did niggas start telling on each other? When did niggas start having female behavior? I forgot, these are water. Cancer men are bitch ass anyway at times. They real feminine. The women are more masculine. That's why me personally, I don't like dating water men. A little too sensitive for me. Nothing wrong with them, but a little too sensitive. Pisces, they always got to be in charge. That's female behavior. We can't even get the scope of the shit right. But the way they report it, it's so chaotic and simpleton behavior. Now let's talk about Francis Scott Key Bridge. You understand that they changed the tint, the color, and pigment of what these people are. You understand that this energy really didn't write the Star Spangled Banner, right? And you're like, well, can you prove it? Yes. But at the same time, they're going to tell you what they told you, but it was a whole different energy, and it was melanated that wrote it. And if you look at the pigs, you see the evolution, that it is a different created entity. This energy, colonial Victorian, that's what they did during that era, especially in the colonial. They restructured what these people look like and who they are. It was always melanated. It's just like the whole energy of St. Patrick. And let's just get down to the root of it. Ireland was the land of the pygmies. Everybody was not over there on that one continent called Africa. The original energies of Ireland were the pygmies. This energy that they call St. Patrick went over there like they do and took over. You have people coming with these Musinic story tales talking about the Druids, and it didn't know the pygmies were the Druids. And the Druids expanded. That's a whole other religion and entity. The Druids. But then white people came over and took that. So we're gonna stop playing with Ireland, and we're gonna stop playing with St. Patrick. We're gonna stop playing with Ireland and who are the original people, just like Poland, right? But you would never know it, but you better know it. Europe and all of that, Ireland and these Dutch countries had different melanin. And they colonized it, they changed the pigment of it, and then fed us lies, Slavics, all of them. Everything is everything is ass backwards. When we seen that man come out backwards, that was a sign that this shit is ass backwards. Okay? They said 8 people were on that bridge. 6 are missing. 2 were found. And I could have swore they said 2 were found alive before. Now they're saying 2 are dead. They said the original time that it went down, the bridge crumbled down, the tower. Didn't I talk about the tower crumbling? This is insinuating America is going to crumble. It's crumbling. It's gone. And we all understand now that this bridge is a source of energy that have a lot of energies that go back and forth. And the main energy that rolls into Maryland and more. But did you guys see what the fuck was uprooting from the containers. I don't know what the hell that was and what the hell it is. And then I guess it was 3 bridge issues that day, the 26th, 3. They're really trying to just disturb the essence of people and movement and life. They use symbolism and practical magic to do it. What they're saying is on the 26th that the bridge actually went down at 11:28. Now, they said that it was 8 people on the bridge, 2. The 2 and the 8, 28. Then when you look at the energies of the numbers are death and darkness. It says it. That's the reading, death and darkness. Then the planets that were out was Mars, was also the moon, in addition to Mercury and Venus. So they're doing a lot of moon energy. But here's my question. Why are nobody talking about those explosions that happened? Why are nobody talking about how they may have used an AI energy to fast track that damn container boat or whatever? Why are they not talking about, what is it, the 3 who is it? Apparently they calling them the first responders. And I don't know if this was a husband and wife, but let's see here. Damn it. What were they called? The McCall or something. Basically, it was 3 people of the same family that were the first responders, the Coast Guards. It was 3 of them with the same last name who was on the scene within seconds. Not moments, but seconds. That was there at that time of morning. They were there. And they all, and all 3 of them had the same last name. It seemed like their last name was like let me see here. McAllister, Bridget McAllister, and I think Eric McAllister, and there was another McAllister. And Bridget McAllister, no, Eric was there first. Bridget came second. Then the other McAllister came behind Bridget. And apparently it seemed like the containers were Indian or something. They would come, where were those containers coming from? So we have first responders, as they call it, the Coast Guard by the same family who is out there. And then you seen how it was fast tracked and hit it. But if you notice how it fell, there was some, you didn't see the 3 explosions, kind of like the World Trade Center. And it went off. It went boom, boom, boom. And you seen it light up and explode and fall. Then why were those people there? And if they were really people on that bridge, maybe it was meant for them to die so they don't say nothing. Kind of like the Titanic. And these planes that are just missing, and it'd be like professors and scientists and people just on it. Just like the Titanic, allegedly it was the Macy's people on it. It was hella people on the Titanic, allegedly, that were rich and were people of certain socialite status. So how come nobody is addressing the explosion that we can clearly see with our eyes? I don't know. Understand April 8th. How come they're talking about CERN is coming back on April 8th with some kind of nuclear. How come new laws and regulations are coming in? Just like I was for giggles and laugh how they was talking about that Costco shit that they don't want you niggas to go up anymore without having, membership getting that food. They keep coming with new regulations. They got kids in Louisiana now going to school and shit because they don't want them to look in the sky, or kids have to stay inside. Then I said Generation Next must have been stupid as fuck because they made us take fucking towel holders or whatever they call that and put something at the end of it and look in it. I said, damn, we was just stupid. What and let me go back to the Maryland port. What's going on with these ports? Is that why the longshoremen's been having difficulty, haven't been really working? What are they trying to do with these ports? They've been fucking with them ports since the whoop wop. There was some energy going on in Louisiana at this school called Roseland Montessori. Did y'all hear about that one? Did y'all hear about how at that Roseland Montessori, how the teachers allegedly set up this student to get his ass beat so he could lose the track meet? Did y'all hear about that one? So here's supposed to be the story, y'all. And y'all better watch it with your kids, because I think that school should have, the parents should have or do a class action lawsuit, because apparently they've been sneaking in immigrants, but you think the immigrants are actually black, but they're really Afro-Latino. So apparently this is what's going on now. This kid is on a track team, and he's like one of the stars on the track team. However, this kid who's from Honduras got up and started beating his ass. Thank goodness the boy's cousin was there, which was a female, beat his ass. She had to like beat his ass and shit like that. They suspended her for protecting her cousin. Then an uproar happened, so they ended up contacting the superintendent. The superintendent ended up contacting the Honduran boy's mother. Okay? But nobody knew the boy was Honduras. They thought he was just a black kid, right? However, the white teacher walks out the class. Peep this. So anyway, I'm mixing it all up. Anyway, just know the teacher wasn't in there when the fight happened. However, the superintendent contacts the mother. The mother has broken English to find out she's Honduran. Then the superintendent mentioned, hey, black child. The woman was like, my child not black. My child is Honduran. Then the teacher, the superintendent, from what I heard, was like, wait a minute, what? What does that mean? He's not black. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. You're getting resources of this child being black because you marked that this child is black. And you're getting resources, and this is a problem. Basically, it's a problem because what are you saying? She's saying my child not black, my child is Latino. Then that's a different source. Isn't that what I was saying to y'all? That we're going to keep it real, Afro-Latinos who are saying, hey, we are not black, but we're going to get the resources like black people. But when it comes to it, he is Honduran. So they said so the mother of the Honduran child was like, hey, he's not supposed to get suspended. Why is he not supposed to get suspended? Because the white principal, I'm paraphrasing because I'm giving you the energy. The white principal and white teacher said my child not supposed to be suspended because he was supposed to beat up the young man because he's on the track team. What? So now there's a full investigation going. Thank goodness the child was okay and they won the track meet. Okay? What they call the Roseland Royals. They won on Tuesday. So the Honduran mother told the game. Now we don't, and saying that now all the kids are teasing her Honduran son. That's a cold game and that's a cold spell. And what does that mean? Okay? What does that mean? So then some of the other parents were complaining. And it is coming out that for some reason there is an alleged order to beat up the white kids and the black kids. And then the immigrant kids who are coming in, you don't know what they are. So it would make it look like it is black kids beating up on other black kids and beating up on white kids. Didn't I tell you that shit during the time of them doing all them robberies and smash and grabs? I said it's something about the way they are and the way they getting down that they don't seem like black Americans. The white folks are using the Central and South Americans to beat up the whites and the blacks. And then they saying that even the Ukrainians or some of them are off the hinges. Then you wondering why black people, your resources are going to the left because you have other cultures of people coming in using your resources and then turn around saying, well, I'm not black. That is why I agree with that energy of us not paying taxes. Because why should we pay our taxes if the resources are not coming to us? It's that movement. I believe it. Why are we paying taxes if we are not going to get the resources and our resources are going to be used? We so busy looking at Puff Daddy, they over here trying to create reparations for people who were displaced at the Dodger Stadium. Reparations. The Mexicans are coming together to get reparations for the people who were displaced and people who are buried under the Dodger Stadium. But they don't understand. A lot of those are also Black Indians. But we don't want to talk about that because they say we're appropriating. This is why you are distracted. We are so distracted that we miss the fact that Holly Berry up there talk about that she may have herpes. Y'all better watch it. This is why I told y'all, you better put your kid in boxing. These kids box. They out here is a war going on with Candace Owens being fired from, again, I talked about this from the Daily Wire. What's going on, Ben Shapiro? It's like I told you, they don't want this anymore. They don't want niggas and shit. But I told you, we don't know shit about her. She was a plant anyway. It's a lot of interesting mess going on, right? Now you hearing about the white women getting sucker punched. And Bethany Frankel, because Bethany Frankel said so, then that means that it happened. I don't believe none of that shit. And they was trying to say this guy who's saying he's Marcus Garvey cousin or whatever, supposedly. No, it sound like bullshit to me. I don't believe that it's just a man walking up to them, sucker punching them, and you just gonna walk and get on TikTok and talk about that shit. You're gonna talk about you're gonna talk to law enforcement. And if it's that many women that it's happening to, then what the fuck are you doing talking about it in social media? That doesn't make sense. See, if it's a black woman, she up there lying like that black girl lied, and then she went and then we found out her twerking shit. But they gonna make sure the white woman we're going to empathize and sympathize with her. Then they're going to bring in an entertainer chick, because she's only famous. She's not a celebrity. She's not a star. Bethany's not a star to confirm and validate and rep what they're saying. No, they're all lying. Once you got Bethany, I knew you was lying. What man did you guys hire to sock y'all up in the eye? The shit happens in San Francisco all the time now. Nobody talking about people getting sucker punched up in San Francisco. My friend was telling me that when I went to San Francisco to go visit, she was like, girl, I don't be hanging out here. Niggas be coming up punching you straight in your face. And when I mean niggas, I'm talking about white people too and the homeless. They not talking about that real shit that people still getting feces thrown at them. And now the other thing, now they getting sucker punched. Okay. You guys ever heard of Mike Pompeo, Pompeo? Did you guys see that picture and video of him and his mask detached from his neck? He was on Fox News. He's a Republican. Go look that up. Have you guys been hearing this energy called swamp pussy? That now they don't want you guys to go out here and get waxing or Brazilian waxing because they say that your vagina sweats and it smells like swamp pussy. Didn't I tell you there's a new energy coming in? They saying that y'all vaginas out here are like swamp pussies. They want to reinstate in Africa the mutilation of the woman's vagina, her clitoris, and her labia. They want to reinstate it. Who in the fuck is in Africa wants to reinstate that punishment? Didn't I tell y'all about this right here? You have this black girl going around social media talk about that her Amazon wig gave her a parasite, an infection called, and I'm pronouncing it the way I'm going to pronounce it, but I'm going to spell it. Is molluscum, mollusum. And it's basically is an infection caused by like some kind of infection, like a little parasite. It's like a skin disease. But when you research it even more, it's also connected to dead bodies. You know, some of them wigs and lace fronts be from dead bodies, right? Especially the ones that come from India. They don't only cut it off the head. We understand all that shit now. Now people want to talk about the energies. But can we talk about the lace fronts and wigs and hair pieces that are made from dead bodies? And you guys only pointed out to black women. But hey, white girls, they get the glue ins and they wear wigs. In the Jewish Orthodox culture, they wear wigs. You might have to go kosher and buy you some of them Orthodox wigs. You may want to go pay some money if you want to wear wigs and lace fronts. Get you some kosher wigs, or, get a creative idea. Make a hair product that's like a disinfectant for the scalp and spray the wig down. But some of that be dead bodies. Sometimes they'll go after the person passes and cut the hair off. If they have nice braided hair, especially if they're young women and so on. And then there's a parasite. Some people research and do grave digging and you know, dig up the casket or whatever and cut the hair off. Mortuaries sell hair. And you've seen, especially in India, they have them. They get hair, and it has hair mites in it. That's why that shit shouldn't be on your head for no week to 2 weeks to a month to 2 months, assholes. And you say I'm crazy? When I get off this, I'm gonna take this shit off. Have y'all been seeing how shit is uprooting at these cemeteries? People doing work and it's uprooting now, and people being nosy and putting it out on social media. But you know, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say some opposite ass shit. Maybe that shit is supposed to be uprooted and found. Maybe the people who's doing the work shouldn't be doing that shit, and the spirit is uprooting it. Because not everybody deserves to get worked on. Have y'all been seeing that as of late? How old work is just popping up? That cemetery work. Then there's this other energy called the devil forest, and they found all these pictures of black people underneath it. Y'all gonna stop doing those EVPs in cemeteries, and the dead tell you that you gonna die. You gonna stop that shit. There's an understanding at the crossroads that I always would see at the railroad tracks. Now I see all these stickers and graffiti. Do you understand that's spell work? That's some kind of satanic work. And then they kill you at the crossroads. You got to be careful at the crossroads, because the crossroads is really meant for the people of suicide. People will go bury the suicide at the crossroads. That's why when some people go there, the dead hear you. Not that the devil is there, not that Lucifer is there, not that Satan is there. It's the dead that's there. I've seen that portal. That's a cold portal at the crossroads. You could end up being another portal. I remember, I don't care, Sandy and I was at the crossroads over there. Where was that? It said between Concord or whatever. It was over there doing something. And we seen something. She seen what I seen, and it was weird. We seen two different things, and it was some weird shit. It was a straight portal. Gotta be careful at them crossroads. Like in Louisiana, all the murders that were happening at the crossroads. It was something they will kill your ass at the crossroads, but that's the dead coming. When they talk about James Brown, and I forgot the blues singer did, the work at the crossroads. Yeah, it was the dead bodies, it was the spirits, it was the souls giving them what they wanted. Those souls came back and relived through the men. It came back. You guys call it reincarnation. It lived again. It's like, cool, you want to do this? Hell yeah. We just talking. I realize people are cheap as fuck. I was looking at something. Girls The women were buying their gowns and dresses from Fashion Nova, Amazon, and Temu. Y'all some cheap ass bitches. That's why y'all gonna get that poisoning from all them dyes and fake ass fabrics. Cheap bitches. You don't even want to pay money anymore. You people even go to Macy's to get your gown. I was so embarrassed to hear that. No class, no nothing, no cool, no fashion sense. I have no issues with Amazon. I bought some shoes from Amazon. But come on, when it comes up to some gowns, it's this store, and I went to the one in Beverly Hills. Is it called Iran? Erew Iran? And people were making a big deal about, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm nosy. Let me go see. Man, I'm used to them prices. I'm San Francisco. We seen that at the Twitter building. They were tripping on because water costs $25. And the smoothie shit, I paid for a smoothie. It was $30. I'm used to that. Ain't nothing but a Whole Foods. What's the big deal? And it's nothing but just a high end market. That's what happens when you're kind of lower class. I'm gonna keep it real. You're lower class. You're cheap as fuck. That's the price of it. That's normal. Then it made me think about. I said, is Los Angeles kind of cheapy cheap? These people cheap as fuck. They out here making a trend and fad out of a. They made this business because it's expensive. That's a great marketing concept. But me being a San Franciscan, this is nothing new. I'm nosy like that. But their elderberry tonic is nasty as fuck. I didn't like their smoothie. It was nasty. And I ate their vodka meatballs. That shit was nasty. It made my stomach boil. I bought my son some peeled oranges, and he said, "Oh, is this how the rich eat? They have their oranges peeled?" I said, "Boy, stop playing with that store. That store is a gimmick." Anyway, this is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done.